Okay, here we go. Dallas, Philadelphia has just kicked off. And the Eagles start with the ball at their own 25. We had an X roll without a penalty. That might be the first of the entire playoffs. Picked up a yard. Oh, wait, there was a penalty offsetting. How silly. Sanders guessed wrong, gets 6. Second and 4 for the Eagles. The Eagles beat the Seattle Seahawks in the divisional. Dallas beat the Atlanta Falcons. Both teams are on the road. Both teams have won 2 games to get here. First down for Philly. Let's take a look at the injuries. We have Tim here. All right, Tim has joined. Hey, Tim, how are you? Tim, can you hear me? Tim, are you there? Flat pass gets wrong to Howard. Gets 8. Tim, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
We can't hear you if you can hear us. Sort of very faintly hear you. Our microphones are jacked. Malcolm Jenkins out again for Philly, the strong safety. Michael Bennett along the line for the Cowboys. Incomplete on 2nd and 2 leads to our first third down of the game, 3rd and 2. I hear you fuddling with your microphone there. Is that working?
Hang on here.
Oh, that's a little better. Third and 2. Dallas sticking with the 4-3 in the short yardage.
There we go. Now can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right.
You can pass 2 men in the zone. Nicely called by Harlan. It goes to Zach Ertz's yak, and he can't get the yards despite his yak, which I think is pretty decent. 4th and 2. Here's a punt for the Eagles. Midfield.
Are you liking this one, Anthony? Or are you willing to say?
Oh, well, I like Dallas's cards best.
Do you?
I do. Better quarterback, better all-around running back, although Eagles have 2 good ones. Oh, and the Eagles are going for it. Surprising everybody. 4th and 2, they get no gain. Dallas takes over. Sorry, guys. Missed that play a little bit. So there's a big play. Miles Sanders up the gut, guessed right. Had a few ways of getting it on that card. Probably over a 50% chance of getting it, did not. And now Dallas is set up inside Philadelphia territory, 2nd and 4th, 43.
This is Dallas's first possession here, right?
It is.
Okay.
$16 yards on the 6. Dallas up to the 27. Talking to Harlan on one of his broadcasts that he was on. Cowboys have nice range in the field goal all the way out to the 46, going deep here to Witten, by the way. He gets it. Touchdown.
Oh, he does. Can he go that far? This is only 30, yeah. Wow.
Quick 6 for Dallas, and Forbath is 2 through 12, so this one is good. And it is 7-0.
Well, Bruce has made a quick hole for himself. He's just going to have to dig out.
Not the best start for the Egglies. Dallas has one injury along the defensive line. Michael Bennett, defensive line. Eagles have Malcolm Jenkins out again, who's the guy who was guarding Witten on that touchdown pass.
Huh.
The defensive rating did not come into play, though. Flat pass starting out. Foul on Dallas, Tim's favorite call. And just like that, Philadelphia's in midfield.
Yeah, those personal fouls are killers.
Long pass, guessed wrong. Can
Here we go.
Philadelphia return serve? They can. 47 yards from John Jackson. About 5 yards out, 4 yards out from the end zone. First and goal. So 2 huge plays here by the offenses, and we're not even 5 minutes in.
Teams are being aggressive.
Sanders, a great right runner. Howard, not so much, but he can definitely run wrong. And Goddard doesn't run at all. Line buck to Sanders. He's going to get a yard. Jalen Smith makes a nice play in the 5 reading to save the touchdown. 2nd and goal from the 3. May not be time for Harlan to get desperate yet. No keying is needed yet. Sanders has a tough time getting 3 yards. Yeah, there's 0. So now 3rd and goal from 3.
You know, I was thinking that Jordan Howard seemed more appropriate, but really, looking at Miles Sanders' card there on linebacker right, that's pretty impressive.
He's got one of the best out there. Yep.
Yeah, that kind of surprise. I see him as more of a around the edges runner, and clearly that's not true looking at that card.
Back to Sanders again. Guessed right. Gets it.
Case in point.
There you go.
Well done.
Elliott trying to tie it up. He does. 7-7. With Bruce and Harlan playing each other, Tim, there's a good chance we don't have anybody else joining us because they are regular joiners.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, that we may not see anybody else since our usual guys are playing on the field right now.
Dallas starts off at the 25. Short pass, Cooper guessed right. And what happened here? A long gain on the yak?
What? It is indeed.
But only gets to the
is that a touchdown?
What happened here? So I think it went to Zeke, and Zeke is capped.
27 yards, you're right.
Yeah, Zeke is capped off at 27. Could have been a lot more.
Wow. And that was just on a dump pass. Wow. A little 2-yard out.
Lots of zeros in the Philadelphia defensive backfield. Rodney McLeod holding up the back end. Double teaming Cooper correctly doesn't matter. 13 yards.
Anyway, yep. Do you happen to know the score, or the scores, I should say, of the first 2 times these guys met this year? Were they high-scoring games or low-scoring games? Because we're off to a fast start.
We've got, let's see here. They met back in 27-14 was the one score.
And 31-24.
24. They can put up points. Zeke guessed right. Doesn't matter on his own card. Picks up 9 big ones.
What was that on wrong?
Right? That's what you want to know, right? Off tackle wrong would have been 31.
Yep, 31. Wow.
And the X avoids the penalty. Flat pass, guessed right, 7 yards. Dallas really moving the ball at will so far.
Yeah, even on right, offenses are making hay right now.
Yep. Philly shows the blitz. One thing I noticed, sorry, Harlan, but playing Harlan was didn't like getting blitzed. 7 yards. Shied away from short passes and long passes when the blitz was on. But it may have been the matchups too. First and goal now from the 5.
Bruce is kind of lucky there. That's as low as you can get on that zero man.
Mm-hmm.
Second chance to hold him here in the red zone. There you go.
Cool.
That's a nice play that'll change the whole composure of the drive.
It does, and it's really an ideal loss. It pushes them to the 9, so flat pass is not in order. It's either a run or a short pass. Philly's in the best possible spot right here for being inside the 10. Really in the red zone at all. Short pass guessed wrong. 4 men in the zone, touchdown.
Wow.
So, we got 21 points, and we're not even near the end of the first quarter.
Very fast.
Two to 1 Dallas over Philly.
Excuse me.
Face mask against Dallas pushes Philly out to the 40.
That's 2 personal fouls already. I know I'm repeating a familiar refrain, but I've just been noticing what feels like an oversampling of personal fouls among our penalty world. I thought it was just my games, but seeing others now, I'm not so sure. That's a good question. Bruce asking, how do you get a face mask on a touchback? I suppose it's possible. You're already blocking. And you don't know that he's going to take the touchback. I'm sure it's happened.
Yeah, it's a bounty play. Remember that play in 1989? I
don't. Refresh.
Yeah, Buddy Ryan had a bounty out, and they went after Tony Zendejas on the kickoff and caused a big counter controversy. That must have been it.
That does sound familiar now. And Buddy Ryan is what clued in.
2nd and 4.
Yeah, I was going to say, I blinked and we're already out to midfield almost.
Beyond it. We're in Dallas territory here.
Oh, wow. We are on the other side.
Would you like to turn off the other interference too? Thank you, though. Yeah, I just kicked that. 2nd and 4. Blitz is on. Linebacker to Sanders. Men are in the zone. Still get 6. First down.
Wow, that's a really impressive offensive line for the Eagles.
It sure is.
Wow.
Both teams have really good lines. Short pass. Nice play by Heath on the 4. Prevents the 15-yard gain. Going to the nickel, daring. I think we'll probably see a Jordan Howard off tackle here. See if Harlan calls the run, if this is big trickeration by Harlan, but Howard has a beautiful off tackle wrong.
Does he? Okay. If that's true, then this is a nice 1-2 punch at running back for sure.
Oh, he sure does. But he flat passes against the run.
Oh,
well, excellent there, huh?
Yeah, rough break.
Big time rough break. 3rd and 10.
And I'm not sure how good his field goal kicker is from long. What do you feel about throwing the short pass here?
From 36, I got the ratings up, as a matter of fact, because I'm drafting over in Battle Royale. Let's see here. Philly is out to the 37. He's got 10 chances from deep.
Oh. So did I understand you right? He's strong from deep, huh?
10 chances out of 36, so, not something you're going to want to. 30 yards, but the containment is held by Jalen Smith. 4th and 2.
What do you do? What do you do?
If I'm Philly, I'm probably, if it was 4th and 1, I would definitely go 4th and 2. I'm wondering about my kicker. If my kicker's good here, then I'm kicking.
I think if my kicker's like 2 to 9 plus, maybe I'd kick it, but
he's got 26.
I don't know. I'd be aggressive. He's got a good. He's gonna kick though.
Nope, he's going for it.
Yeah, I like it. I like the aggressive call. I really do.
He's 26 out of 36 chances on the field goal here, but he's not out of range of variable. So going for it, 4th and 2.
I don't think I'd go to Sanders. You got to think he's going to be doubling or keying that guy.
Mm-hmm. Lots of choices in terms of skill guys.
Yeah, really are.
Oh, these guys can catch the ball.
All right. We got 2 minutes to look in.
But a holding call. Out of field goal range, 4th and 12. He's probably going to go again.
I would. Yeah, from the 38. There's no way I'm punting from there. Not in a million years.
Yeah, gotta go. Dallas will take Dallas 1.5 plays to get to the 38 after the punt. Wouldn't you say? Over under 1.5 for Dallas to get right back to the 38. He's going to punt anyway.
He is punting. How about that?
Wow.
I don't know.
See, maybe he can catch a successful. Yeah.
I was thinking there's a good chance it comes back out to the 20. And did it just do that? No. Okay. Whoa. There you go.
Very unlikely outcome. Very unlikely. So unlikely in so many ways. So the Coffin corner did not get out of bounds, right? First unlikely event,
right? Which
worked against Philly. But then when Harlan accepted the bounce, it on average goes 7 yards. I think a 7 is reading a 7. I think, and it didn't even go 2 yards.
Wow.
So all said and done, Bruce knows what he's doing. We don't.
Flat pass. See how close that is to the -3 there? You almost had a safety.
Yeah, I tend to throw looking passes over here.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I saw him throw flat, my heart skipped a beat thinking, ooh, you could get a negative there, and he just about got the safety.
Off tackle Zeke, guessed right. Nah, cannot make that block, can he? No, cannot. Because he was
third and 10 at the 3.
3 wide, 2 running back. Affects that role. Affects that outcome. If he would have been in a regular formation, he would have gotten 5 yards. 3rd and 10.
I gotta tell you, I think I'd run it here. Little draw, maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. That's tough.
Draw, look in. No blitz coming, though, so, Harlan may feel emboldened. Short pass to Cooper. Guessed right. Gets 13.
Wow. That's a big, ballsy play. That's well done. We've got a long pass against a run. Oh, just missed Prescott. We do have a holding, though, against Dallas. So right back in a hole.
And run guessed right. Still gets 15.
Wow.
That's one of those where you're pounding the table a little bit if you're Bruce. Yeah. Elliott has had some great guessed right running in the playoffs. There's been at least 1 or 2 big plays every game so far. Flat pass to Witten, 2 men in the zone, guessed right. It's all lined up, loses a yard. 3rd and 4, still can run or pass without containing. It seems to me Harlan has tried to establish the long pass here early on. Wants to keep that defense honest. Let's see if that's just for defensive signaling purposes or if he means it. Short pass to Gallup. Incomplete. Ends the hole. There's that 6 that Bruce talks about on the Philadelphia short pass card. 4th and 4. And Dallas's first punt. So an exchange of punts here. Ward from the 33. Oh, and 11 avoids the fumble.
Wow.
Boder. Incomplete. Dallas making the plays. Dallas defenders are 2 for 2 on passes defended.
Really jealous of having 2 tight ends. I mean, I know that Kelsey's great, but I'm really jealous having 2 tight ends that you can work on the field. I like that 2 tight end offense a lot.
Boder can catch it all over the field. 6 yards. Key run as it prevents contain on 3rd and 4. Jordan Howard into the ball game. You can get this guess wrong. It's absolutely the right guy to have in there. Sanders can't get this guess right anyway for the most part. Short pass to Ertz, guessed wrong. Flag, however, false start against Philly. Do it again, 3rd and 9.
These teams seem to be coming out, throwing the ball. They're chucking it. You might be right. It might be defensive signaling for establishing a run game later, trying to free up Ezekiel and Miles.
Yeah. What do we have here? I used to script my first 10 plays in many games, so I don't do it so much anymore. Throw pass to Ertz. 3 men. 8 yards, be 4th and 1.
Oh, man. He's going to punt this, right?
I would imagine.
I can't remember what. I think I was at I went for it a couple times in my last game on my side of the field, but I don't usually. It was because of the offense I was against was so scary. That was why. And here he is. He's going. You're right.
Who's surprising us at every turn?
Man, I got to tell you, with that blocking up the middle, I think I'd be going up the middle, whether it be Sanders or he's in the tight end. Can you run Jordan Howard from that tight end? Doesn't matter. Oh,
wow.
That's a couple 4th down conversions missed now for Bruce, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's brutal.
That 7 wrong short passes hurts. We saw that with Baker Mayfield back in week 16. Right off the bat, Dak Prescott rubs it in by getting a short pass 7 complete. Guessed right.
That's awesome.
Rubs it right in the Eagles' nose there. 1st and 10 from the 29.
Long pass here, too.
It makes the play.
The aggression finally catches up to you.
Possible penalty, however. Hold your pants on, everybody. Offsides against Philly.
Poor Bruce. Bruce is having a little hard luck today.
Yeah. That's wrong. 20 yards. Down to the 4.
Wow. Look at that short pass card for Gallup. Good grief. Mental note.
Right? First and goal. Guess correct. Loaded up in the zone. Penalty is a false start. First and goal from the 9. Again, back to the 9-yard line.
Big difference here. You're looking for a stop. Big difference here, giving up a field goal.
Zeke Strong gets the touchdown. No flags.
Yes,
and like that, barring a penalty, 21-7 Dallas. AKA 3-1 Dallas. Philly will take a touchback most likely here. Possible penalty. No return, so no illegal block. 1st and 10 from the 25. End run Sanders. Guessed wrong. Looking for big plays. Gets the dread 0, but Dallas is going to give him 15.
On yet another unsportsmanlike conduct.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Bruce will take it out to the 40. Howard guessed right, not so strong. Loses 2. Penalty is offsetting. Do it again. So it's a 6-1 chance to roll an X. We've had 3 in a row. So pull out your calculators, everybody. 6 times 6 times 6. It's 190 to 1, roughly.
Amateur question here. It's not an automatic penalty on an X, right? There's a secondary concern. Oh, we got a double team.
The penalty cards themselves have to hit as well.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Second down 10. Dallas going to the nickel. I mean, and guessing runoff, and it's you get much bang for your buck on the defensive side when you guess that run. It's a very risky posture right there.
That's how I look at it for sure. And if he's going to keep doing that, I mean, you've got Miles Sanders that's obviously motivating him to do that. You need to go over the top. That's the way you stop that. So,
yep. 12-yard pickup. Let's take a quick look at the box score here. Sanders already carried the ball 10 times. 10 carries left.
I think I saw 340 total yards of offense already in this game.
Could have been more.
Yes.
1st and 10. End right. End run. Looking for the big one. Gets a flag. Offsides. 1st and 15. Oh, right side is you didn't use up a Sanders carry. That's always one good reason to accept a penalty. In that case, it didn't matter. It was going to go against Philly no matter what. Howard back there. Guessed wrong. 15.
Conversion.
Exactly what he needed. 1st and 10 up to the 33. I'm sort of guessing pass here. I don't think he's going to run Sanders into the ground,
Yeah, you're a good call. 10 more.
I'm more apt to guess run against Howard than I am against Sanders right now. And Howard is the better player right here anyway, because the short gains matter more than the Miles Sanders, Sanders' long gains.
Right.
10, looking past guess run.
Oh. That's rough.
2nd and 10.
I got to expect a short pass here. He needs the touchdown too much to be playing for 5 yards and a 3rd down opportunity.
And Sanders is back there. I'm with you on that. Goes to Sanders anyway. Another face mask. Dallas cannot let go of the face mask today. So that brings us to a first and goal at 8. Now, you got to wonder, okay, if you decline that penalty and the distance to the goal does not come into effect, would you have the ball basically at the same yard line or very close to it and save a Sanders carry? Probably, right? Pretty darn close.
No, it was wasn't it just a 1 yard gain otherwise?
6-yard gain.
Okay.
So the penalty was half the distance, so you wouldn't have triggered the half the distance as much. I don't think. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a fair question.
I wish you could see the option. You can't see the option in the watch.
He rolled a 4. Was the tackle? He went to a 0.
It was a 6-yard gain. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Here's Boston Scott making an appearance. He loses a yard.
Third and goal. Big third down here. Big third down. Let's see what kind of formation he wants to. I would think 2 tight end now, maybe. Nope. Full house.
He's already got a bunch of 6s on there. There's no such thing as a 7. Short pass to Ertz. 4 men in zone, if I'm counting correctly. Touchdown.
Look at that. All right. Good job, Bruce. Game on. All right. Well, I'm going to just listen for a second, make some iced tea in the background. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Starting out from the 25. Pollard getting a carry. Philadelphia jumped 1st and 5. Guessed right. Pollard hits the -4 again. 2nd and 9. Nice play call there by Bruce. No injuries so far. Sorry, everybody. I just said that. Guess wrong and run. Oh, Dak in his minefield of an end run card does not hit the short game. Brings up 3rd and long for our purposes. 3rd and 7. No blitz coming. Long pass. Nobody home. Picks up 61 max. What's he going to get? He's going to get every bit of that 61. He is down to the 11.
Aggressive.
Takes advantage of his position from the 11, gets inside the 10 with a flat pass. 2nd and 6 from the 7. Frustrating here for Bruce. Hoping to get that ball back on the 3rd and 7, have a chance to tie with the ball, and now, it looks like they're going to get points here, Dallas, one way or the other. Possible penalty, though, on this touchdown catch. We have a holding against Dallas. We'll call back the touchdown. No score. 2nd and 16 now from the 17-yard line.
As a member of the NFC, do you have any insight as to just how aggressive this is for Harlan on long passes? Is this normal? I know he has those good deep receivers.
He didn't do it against me so much, but
your blitz is probably a part of that, though.
Yeah, it seemed to be. But yes, he throws long a lot, and certainly in the first round game he did. Flat pass to Cobb, incomplete. You get a few early sacks, and it can, affect play calling. 3rd and 16 now after the incompletion. Short pass to Cobb. He's double teamed. It's incomplete. Hit the warning. Forbath not good from this range. Still hits it. Woo! 2 through 8, 11, 12 from the 17-yard line. It is good. He had a variable modification, but I don't think it affected the numbers. Philly starts out at the 20, their own 24. So 145 left. Dallas up 10. Dallas gets the ball at the half.
Who gets the second half kick?
Dallas. So you should expect some aggressiveness here from Philly. Flat pass, guessed wrong. There's a penalty against Philly for 10 yards holding. Classic drive killer, especially with 137 left. Now all of a sudden, tables have turned. The odds are more favor that Dallas scores points than Philly. Doesn't mean that Philly can't do it. One penalty changes all that. But they're back against the wall a little bit here. 1st and 20. You might see Dallas use timeouts here if there's a short run here from Sanders. What does Sanders do? He gets 18, and you're going to get another 15 on top of it. So 33 net yards, and all of a sudden, just like that, Philly climbs out of the hole. 1st and 10 from the 47.
Now the world is their oyster. They can still be competitive for both 7 or 3 points. They got plenty of time and timeouts. They're in good shape. That was a huge play with our 5th personal foul.
Things can turn on a dime. Short pass to Ertz. Another X. No flag, 4 yards. So Hurts runs for 4. No timeout used. Looks like he got out of bounds or something. I would say he did. Goddard, 3 men in zone. Defender X. Boy, hitting the 4 every time. The 4 is as good as a 6 so far. Bruce is saying, how many times do I have to get 4?
6. Wow, I wonder how many yards he has to get to go for on 4th down here.
Well, his kicker goes to the 46-yard line. So if he wants to, he could run down the clock and attempt to just the field goal and get the clock under 30 seconds. 2 through 6, 11, 12 from the 46-yard line. So very good kicker deep.
From the 46-yard line?
That's correct. Gets 5. Okay, so if I were Bruce, I'd let the clock run here. Oh, 4th and 1, though. Oh, it's 4th and 1.
You got to go for it.
So, yeah, you got to go, yeah. I guess
you got to go.
Yep.
That offensive line to keep the defense honest against the run, the ability to pass on wrong, too, maybe. You got to go for this. Down 10, yeah.
Goes 3-3-5. Bruce may just want to go for it and go deep here.
I wouldn't think. Way too much to lose there, I think.
This nickel. There's the run.
We'll see.
Yeah, he called run, gets the first. So that would have been a receiver card reading on it if he went deep.
Yeah, just down 10. You're at midfield where you're going for it. There's 30 seconds left after the play. You can't afford to get far on the ball. Long pass, too much risk there.
The only reason you do that is because Harlan's been calling run out of the nickel.
Yep.
That's the only. It's just a matter of reading what he's been doing, and indeed he did call run, but
that's right.
30 seconds left.
Now here we go. In run. This is what you want. 5 yards. Does he get out of bounds?
He did get out of bounds, but Sanders is now down to 5 carries left. We're going to see a ton of Jordan Howard.
How many does he? There it is. 15 carries in the first half, and you're still down 10 points. That's a tough break for Bruce.
It is. It really is. Short pass to Goddard. 3 in zone, incomplete. Penalty, however. Offsides against Philly. 2nd and 10 now back from the 39. 22 seconds left. Now, Dallas does not improve its field goal percentage until he gets inside the 15, I think. It's pretty crazy. You don't get any measurable increase in field goal percentage until you're way inside the red zone. The 39 may as well be the 19. And Sanders again, just using them up. finds the 0. What do you think?
He's going to have his hands full in the second half without Sanders' ability to keep the defense honest with the run. 3rd and 10 here, 15 seconds. You got to go short, don't you?
Short doesn't buy you much, though. But you're not going to increase your field goal. I'd say go deep. I'll go deep. Short pass doesn't get you a thing with Kai Forbath.
And I got to see that kicking card because that what you're describing seems
He's going short anyway.
It's the short pass. Wow.
Incomplete. Yeah, you need 2 short passes in a row to make a difference.
So what is the field goal from here?
36, 11, 12.
A 56-yarder. I think you got to take that. You got to. Oh, he's going.
He will probably after this ball. Oh, it's 4th and 10. Oh, he's going. Oh.
I would have kicked that. I would have kicked that field goal if it's really 2 through 6 and 12.
Yeah,
but it was first down.
27. He might be 2 through 7 here or something. Well, I'm sorry. I got the wrong field goal. I'm thinking of the Dallas field goal kicker, not the Philadelphia one. He missed it anyway.
Poor Bruce. Wow.
All this time I've been thinking of the Dallas field goal kicker, not the Philly field goal kicker.
All right, I'll be right back.
So now, with the missed field goal, Bruce is down 10 going into the second half. Oh. We're playing right on. End run Zeke gets 6. Let's take a look at the stats here. 262 to 235, Dallas with a slight edge, but a 2-score advantage. Holding against Dallas, 2nd and 14. Cooper gets 6 yards. It sets up a 3rd and 8. Check that 3rd and 9. The max catch for a while. 3rd and 9. Yep, max catch limits that 6-yard gain down to 5. 3rd and 9.
Did I miss a personal foul?
Did not, surprisingly. Incomplete, and Dallas will have to punt.
Boy, Bruce needed that start to the half.
Wardo. Fair catch. And here's Jordan Howard. He's got 12 carries left in the tank. Starts out with an incompletion. Sanders now in a passing down. Looking past to Goddard. Gets 16 on the 6. Die. Okay.
Now, I'd like to see that limit on the carries when that red circle comes in be treated a little bit with a variable field goal ideal where he's going to get tired. The average would be at 15 carries or whatever, but it could be +3 or -3, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something where you don't know precisely when it's going to happen. And that creates an element of chance and it makes more sense.
It does. There's a 30-yard net penalty after the 20-yard pickup by Jordan Howard. Holding is called. So instead of the Dallas 42, we're at the Philly 28.
Wow.
We'll check in on penalties in a second. End run for Howard. Not something I do with him often. He gets 15 yards. Let's see. Penalties so far. We've got 107 yards against Dallas, 55 against Philly. We've got 4 first downs for Philly on penalties.
That's crazy.
Short pass, guessed wrong. Goddard gets 12. Howard in the backfield. Short pass to Ertz. Gets 10. Finding the completions. Guessed right. Wentz now up to 14 to 25. 184 yards. Touchdown, no picks. Ertz 6 of those 14 catches. And the score. Moving into field goal range. Obviously, plenty of time for the Eagles. Bruce thinking about things. Hopefully, we're not hung up. I check my draft league spot here. I've got to make a decision on that. My pick was just taken, so I'm going to take that. We got a draft league going. A draft, a blitz league. How fast this game is going, though. I may not have to make that pick during this game. Are we hung up here, you think? Are we hung up? Looks like we're hung up. Are you running this game concurrently, Tim?
I'm not. I don't have the game up myself. I'm watching with you.
Okay.
Just because my machine, I need to get a new computer, and I don't want it to handle too much.
Go right back into the same game number. See what happens here. Nope, doesn't seem like it's it. So it looks like we do have a new game number coming.
Maybe we can look at stats while we're waiting. I don't know.
I am out of the game. I closed it out. We can look at who I'm going to select here in this next pick for Battle Royale. Let's see here. Can you let me know if we're going to see a game number? Oh, there it is. Just popped up.
I was noticing the other day, and I can't believe I missed this, but it just occurred to me a couple days ago that in our playoffs this year, all 4 teams that had a bye lost in the first round. All 4. That's surprising.
I'm not too surprised in the NFC, honestly.
Any one of them by themselves is not surprising, but all 4, that's surprising.
The Seahawks and the Falcons did not have the best cards going into those rounds. Seahawks is the offensive line and the penalties just so numerous. Atlanta has many holes. Looks like we had dropped right back out. Somebody dropped. Not this again. I don't know.
Man, that sounds like the way they're describing it sounds like what we were going through in our title game.
Sure does. Yes, I did.
So, Harlan, who do you have in the real Super Bowl 2 days from now?
You're telling me?
I said Harlan.
Me, I have a vested interest in the Chiefs winning.
Chiefs winning? Did you put some money down, maybe?
Yeah, when they were 3.5 to 1. I think it's plus 350.
All right.
So I did that back in in November. So I think that's the only thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit back and just hope that that those good odds pay off. Not do anything else, and just root for the Chiefs. Who do I think is gonna win? Oh, I don't know. It's to me, it's a lot harder to predict playoff games than regular season games. A lot harder. Such a big stage, so many weird things going on. It's when you handicap the games, it's much more difficult to me. In NFL playoffs, in particular NFL playoffs. You have new players emerge too. It's like a new season. You don't have enough time to get a feel for it.
I can't wait.
Vita Vea comes back, right?
Yeah.
And you've got pretty big deal. Looking past Ertz. 17 big yards.
Oh, yeah.
There is our first that I know of failed defensive player challenge on the Cowboys. Gets Philly inside the red zone. Great spot for Jordan Howard here. Going flat to Howard. Not the best catcher. Drops it. Not a bad one either, actually. Big drop. Harlan shows blitz. Block tackle Howard. This makes sense to me. And then another Dallas foul.
That's 6.
So that's a good example, right? So let's see. It was from the 19, was he? He was at the 19? So he gets to the 6.
He was at the 18.
At the 18, okay. So the penalty bought him 3 additional yards. First and goal at the 6. Yeah, I'd say that's worth it. I'd eat up a Howard carry for those 3 yards. If he declined it, he would have had it just a couple yards back. But you don't get those full 5 yards that Howard got on the run because of the half distance.
What's your penalty in the passing game from the full house formation?
The free safety goes wherever you're passing to. Touchdown to Ertz. Flag, however, does not fall. They pick it up. First and 10. I'm sorry, extra point attempt. Big one makes it.
Game on.
Game on, certainly. Indeed. Howard gets a touchback. Here's Dallas. So if a touchdown is not scored here, Bruce will have the ball and with the chance to take the lead. If he can just keep him out of the end zone. Easier said than done. Zeke starts out 15 yards.
Yep.
Tackle.
Right back to him.
X is a hold against Dallas. First and 20. Elliott has 21 rushes left. So we'll run him all day long. And run Elliott again. Finds the 5. Ooh. Second and long. Big play here. 3-3-5.
Look at all those zeros in the secondary. No wonder he's throwing deep. Are those backups?
64 yards if it's not capped. Who's this going to? It's not capped. On the dump off.
Wow.
You got one backup in there, the strong safety. First and goal from the 6. Wow.
So that was a dump pass too, right?
Yep.
Gee whiz. Dallas just finding every way possible. Isn't that their second long game that is not from a long pass?
I believe that's correct, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe third? Yeah, it's a few.
Bruce is having to push through a lot of adversity here, man.
Duke Riley could not make the play on a 4 reading.
Yeah. So I know I asked it, and I know we're about to get a touchdown. I don't want to necessarily interrupt that. Let's see here. There's the touchdown, right? Okay. So it's going to be looks like a 10-point lead. Wow.
He had him second and 20. Penalty running into the kicker.
So I know I asked it. I don't remember if I heard the answer. If I didn't, I apologize. Are those zeros all natural zeros in the secondary for Philadelphia, or do we have a lot of injuries? All zeros there is amazing to me.
One injury. Malcolm Jenkins is a 5 at strong safety pass. Everybody else is a 0.
That's a lot
Which
of
explains
zeros.
the Darius Slay signing that the Eagles had in the offseason.
Wow.
They knew they had weakness there.
I guess.
Slay did okay, but it'll be a 6 next year. Short pass to go to. Another personal foul against Dallas. Jeez. And I mean, just like that. It seems like Philly always starts off in the 40. It doesn't take long to get to midfield.
That's another roughing penalty there.
Yep.
So that's 7. That's 7.
That's a touchdown there.
Wow.
Dallas avoids the penalty there. 2nd and 8. It's starting to become worthwhile to see what Boston's part is about. Boston Scott. Tackle to Howard. 5 yards, just misses the 15, 33.
What a game.
That pass to Goddard. Finds the blank. 4th and 3 from the 39 is Philly, outside of field goal range.
You're going for this, right?
We will certainly go, yeah.
Got to go for it.
Sanders in, looking for 3 yards here. This is where you want to use Sanders carries if you want to. This is the place to do it. What will he do? He will run Sanders. Guess right. Gets 3 and then guess right.
Bring out those chains. Wow.
1st and 10. Howard pops right back in.
I like the call, though. I like the run call there.
Mm-hmm. Howard? No gain. Not your guest right specialist. 2nd and 10. That's a pretty daring call by the defense. Nice call by Harlan there on 1st down to call run. Now he's going to dare him to run a little bit. As Howard's carries begin to dwindle into single digits. Oh, another guest run out of the nickel. Boy, Harlan's nailing him, but 7 yards.
Man.
Bruce escapes and gets a 3rd and 3.
You are right. That's some gutsy defensive calls that Harlan's dropping on him right here.
He sure is. I mean, it really, really is. He's got some good defensive backs, to hold things down. I mean, some
I
are better than others.
wonder if part of that is it's a division team. You play him twice. You kind of know his tendencies, maybe. I don't know.
If you do face Harlan, I don't know if you're going to see as much of that. He'll be a little bit more fearful of your quarterback, I imagine. Flat pass, 2 men in zone on 3rd and 3.
We have another 4th and 3. Now you're in field goal range. So what you going to do? I'd love to know what that kicker opportunity is, but I still think I'd go for it. Maybe it's going to have to be like a 2 through 8. I know
He's going to go for it.
2 through 7, 11, or 12, something.
He's 26 out of 36 here. 26 out of 36 cases.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's going to go for it anyway. 4th and 3. Sanders back in the game.
That's a 2 and 3 chance, or even better. I'd have probably kicked it. Let's see what we get here.
Oh, he gets the first down. Ertz.
2 fourth down conversions on the drive. That's great. Back-to-back series, I think, even. What a great game.
Pass to Howard. Gets 6. 2nd and 4. Usually is where we typically will find a personal foul against Dallas, somewhere in here. In this range. We've had 2 between the 15 and the 20 in the red zone. Short pass, guess wrong. Deshaun Jackson gets 15. Get down to the 3.
1st and goal at the 3. Wow, he has worked hard to get in this position, and here he is on the doorstep. Like I say, Bruce just keeps fighting through adversity, man. 2 fourth down conversions on this drive just to try to get back to within 3. I'm so curious.
Sort of expecting a pass here. Goes to Wentz. Ooh, risky fumble situation. Doesn't get the block. Doesn't matter. Touchdown.
Touchdown. How about that?
And it's good. So we are back to a 3-point game. Trading touchdowns is not what Bruce wants. He needs a defensive hold here. Dallas has shaky field goal kicking. Strong leg, but shaky. 1st and 10 from the 25.
Didn't you say Ezekiel was getting low on carries available too?
No, he's got a ton of carries there. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. He's got 20 carries left.
Ezekiel does?
Yep.
Wow.
19.
Can you hover that again? I kind of want to see where's that show again? There it is. I see it. Rush just till next fatigue level. Wow.
Going end run. Gets a short gain. Boom.
Somebody's joined.
Long pass. Nobody home. Very much a threat, but gets only 5. Bruce will take that all day long. 2nd and 5.
4th quarter.
Indeed. He started off with Dallas at midfield. Bruce just needs to hold him to a field goal attempt here. And he'll be happy. A punt, he'll be thrilled. Off tackle, guessed right. So he gets 2. 3rd and 3. Harlan does not want to give him the ball. End run to Zeke. Lots of chances here. He gets it.
I was thinking he might throw deep there.
Yeah. Flat pass. Guessed wrong. 3 yards is a victory for the defense. 2nd and 7. Especially against a 0. Short pass. 3 men in zone. Guessed right. Incomplete. And just like that, we're at 3rd and 7. Huge play in the ball game right here.
Very.
Dallas in field goal range probably would not try this field goal, though. Against a 3-3-5. I don't trust that. I think Bruce is guessing run. Gonna pull a Harlan on us. Let's see what happens here.
All those zeros out there, I'd be throwing. You can double team him, and I can still complete it on that 0.
Yeah, I think they have a very good chance of getting the first time. He can get 5 or 6 yards. 7 is a little bit outside of his range. So he's going deep.
Oh.
He gets that run. Incomplete flag is against Philadelphia. DPI.
I think we have 300 yards in penalties at this point. Seriously, can you take a look? I'm curious. I know we had 240 in the AFC game.
We're at 219.
What? 219. I thought it was higher than that.
Still a lot.
Still a lot.
And run. -7. Fumble. Dallas picks it up, though.
Oh, big play. There you go.
2nd and 17 has not been a factor so far for this Dallas team. I think they've had one punt all day, and they've been behind the chains multiple times. Countless times, really.
Well, 7 personal fouls are a part of that equation, I'm sure. Some of those had to have converted tough opportunities.
Linebuck draw. Elliott gets 6. That's up a 3rd and 11.
That's
I think
smart.
Dak
That's a good third down opportunity.
Let's see. Dak does not have a +10 on the short pass right, so he can get this first down on any completion on this card. Flat pass. Gets 6. Up to the 18.
Wow.
Risky field goal range here. He's not a 2 through 10 guy here, that's for sure. Horvath makes it penalty. No flag? No flag. All right, well, Bruce has to be happy with that. Because now, finally, for the first time since, I don't know, sometime in the early second quarter, he has a chance to take the lead with the ball. Very first opportunity in a long, long time for the Eagles to get a lead. First play is incomplete. And really, when you play from behind all game, and then you get that one chance to take the lead, it feels like, all right, well, at least I have my chance,
Yeah, you're right.
Jason Peters out for the rest of the half, so that's going to put
That's
offensive line. See how good their backups are here. Does that put this? I think it's a 4-4 in form, so not so bad.
Yeah, but I think Peters was probably a 6'7". I may be wrong, but it's a stout tackle.
It wasn't that good, but he's better than 4-4, I believe. Yeah. No other injuries so far. Second.
Yes, run. I know he didn't want to give up that today.
3rd and 13. Oh.
How many runs does Sanders have left, did you see?
Yeah, 2.
2, huh? Use those wisely.
Has not gone deep to Sanders yet, I believe.
I mean, yeah. This might be the time to throw long.
Short pass, Goddard. 3 men there. 13 yards.
Wow.
Exactly what he needed. Wow.
Bruce.
Now, that's a highly unlikely outcome. First and 10. Short pass. Guessed wrong. 3 men in zone. Oh, boy. Incomplete.
Look at that. Wow.
Deshaun Jackson, too. Possibility of big yards. Ends up with Buckus. Now a second. Going to Goddard again. Again, 3 men in the zone. Again, finds an incompletion. 3rd and 10.
The dwindling carries for Miles Sanders is just kind of making it more plausible for Harlan to roll the dice, and just sit back there and pass coverage,
Yep, for sure. Yep, he's this may have been a good spot for your short game specialist, Howard, to get 8, 9 yards on a contain. 3rd and 10. Short pass to Ertz. Gets a long game, but he's maxed out at 30. Would have been a score. Instead, he's at the Dallas 22.
Wow.
Oh, my. Good news, bad news. Guessed wrong.
Oh, big short pass.
Up to the 10. Flat pass still a factor here. First and goal. 10. Such a huge advantage when you're sitting at the 10. Those linebackers got to sit back.
Yeah.
You can run with ease.
I almost wish the game would also treat that with a little variable rule there.
Yeah. Incomplete. Very happy. That's why you took a look in. So anyway, yeah, I mean, that's a fine outcome. If you're Philly, you'd rather be incomplete than 2-3 yards. Second and goal from the 10. Might see Howard here. Yeah, you do. And running. Gets 6. 3rd and goal from the 4. 2 plays to get 4 yards. And oh, by the way, Sanders has 2 carries. Do you run them down right here?
Is it 2 plays though? I mean, do you take the field goal? Are you totally eschewing the field goal no matter what?
I am.
I don't know.
I am, and hope to get the ball back. I mean, here's Sanders. One of his runs gets right. He gets 2 yards.
Well,
4th and goal from the 2.
It's decision time, Anthony. Are you telling me you're gonna go for this?
I'm going for it. Yeah. I'll pin him back at the 2.
I would too. It's the right call. The tougher decision is what will the play call be?
Yeah. Pull the string on the pass, or do you run it?
I would pass.
He's been running all game. It should be the right time for the pass. Except for the last touchdown, which was this. And he's right on it. Harlan's right on it. Double teamed. Incomplete. Would have been incomplete. Guess right as well.
What a call. What a call for Harlan. Good job.
Would have been receiver guessed wrong.
Plenty of field to use to run the clock out. 98 yards of it.
Linebacker to Prescott. He's going to get a yard. Fletcher Cox makes the play. A big one. 2nd and 9. 5:42.
I know hindsight's 20/20, but if you're down by 3 and they have the ball, now you're coming back if you can stop them with a field goal or touchdown option, as opposed to now you're going to have to go touchdown. Period.
For sure. Yeah. It's an X here though. It's going to be a holding call against Dallas. So this 9-yard gain's wiped away. 2nd and 10 now from the 2. Elliott's losses guessed right are not many. You can run here. Inside you can run. This is just one of those cases where you got to guess right, you know.
I'm going to take Elliott right up the middle.
Long pass.
Oh,
The blitz is on. Fumble! Eagles recover. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Wow.
no way!
On a snap fumble on a 1.1 versus 1.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Because he misses the extra point, we are tied.
He missed the extra point. It's crazy. Wow. We got something going on here, Anthony. All right, 5 minutes left. Dallas with the ball. Wow.
An injury. Ezekiel Elliott is out for the rest of the half.
Oh, wow.
So he'll get him back in overtime if we go there.
That's okay. He can survive on Tony Pollard here.
Pollard is he's not as good as you want him to be, that's for sure. 12 yards up. Prescott is as good as you want him to be. Yeah, Pollard, I mean, he's got a short gain here and there, but let's see. Take a look at Pollard's card.
Yeah.
Guessed right, he's just a massacre waiting
that
to happen.
end run wrong card is good.
You better be wrong. You better be wrong. Short pass, guessed wrong. Incomplete. Frederick is out for the game, so he loses his center.
Wow.
Also the half. So they're falling right up the gut for the Cowboys here.
Little mash unit here in the final 4 minutes.
Nothing affecting the Super Bowl team. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, a little longer term injuries would be okay here.
Short
he
pass
double teamed the right receiver.
Wow. Just this interception flag might be down. It's not. 3rd and 10. Well. 3rd and 10. No blitz.
Like I said, it was the right call to go ahead and go for that 4th down.
I might double team with the linebacker. Otherwise, I'm not doing much if I am Philly. I'm leaving Rodney McLeod back in the free safety zone, taking the 4-man short pass. Not getting. He's double teaming. Short pass. Incomplete. Penalty. Offside against the Cowboys. A false start. We'll do it again. 3rd and 15 with all those zeros back there. A defensive card short pass 7 is a first down.
Right. You're right. That's money. That's good. That's good analysis. It's the right time to throw short, regardless. I think. Right.
Yeah, gotta just pick on one of those zeros. Hope he's not doubled.
Just pick out anybody, and it is.
I'd be doubling all over the place. Only doubled one guy, gets 13 yards, 4th and 2 for Dallas. From their own 45.
Wow. What are you gonna do here, Anthony?
Punting.
I think I kick it.
Zeke is out. I mean, you got to punt. Your center's out.
Oh yeah, and the center's out too. Yeah, you got to punt this.
Mm-hmm.
Like we'll see. Yep.
Sproles gets 15.
Wow.
Sets up at the 26, 2:42 left. All the timeouts as usual in Strat.
This game has had so many big plays. I feel like we're one more big play away, and that's going to decide the game.
Short pass, guessed wrong. Deshaun can get yards here, gets 12. Yeah, I mean, you potentially have three some possessions, yeah. So there's lots of time depending on how this plays out. 1st and 10, 38. Blitz is coming. Philly using their whole home field advantage. Short pass to Goddard. He's going to get 15 on this 6 reading. Into Dallas territory.
2-minute warning.
Jordan Howard, he's into the ball game. Jordan Howard has a good fumble. Didn't seem to help Dak Prescott, however. First and 10. Blitz coming. Flat pass, Jeffrey. Guessed wrong. And it's a fumble. Dallas picks it up.
What?
And snap fumble on a 3 reading versus the 6.2. Dallas ball, 48-yard line. They have 6 yards to go till field goal range. 1:52 left. Only 6 yards needed for field goal range. Even though they're at their own 48. I got that all backwards in the first half, but this time it's right. Dallas has the ball. 46-yard line is where they can kick it from. 2 through 6, 11, 12. And just like that, they're into field goal range up to the 42 with Philly.
Time to milk the clock.
Yeah. Not sure what Pollard's fumble situation is.
63-yard field goal this guy can hit, huh?
Yep, 2 through 6, 11, 12.
That's insane. What a weapon.
Long pass. Nobody home.
Oh.
Boy, Harlan, you have more cojones than me. I'd be happy with a field goal attempt or overtime. He goes deep up to the 34, 2nd and 2.
And now you're going to run it. You kind of wonder why maybe Bruce needs to start using those timeouts. Didn't you say the field goal chance doesn't get that much better as you go in, right?
That's right.
Use those timeouts. Yeah, line bug Dak.
3rd and 2. Bruce uses his first timeout here.
Yeah. So the temptation is to call run on defense because you've got to prevent this first down. If you have any chance, will Harlan pass as a result? I think they'll run it, and I think they'll call run it. It's too much the right play. They're both going to go run on this, I think.
Certainly small ball if you're Harlan. I mean, flat or a run.
I wouldn't flat for the life of me.
So it's going flat, incomplete. 4th down now.
Ooh.
Here comes the kicker. I mean, the thing about you're playing for overtime. That's why you should have run there, to your point. But Pollard just does not guess right well at all. 4th and 2. He gets Elliott back in overtime if you go there. 4-back lines it up. He hits it. 2 through 6, 11, 12. From 51 yards. Wow. He gets the 6.
30 seconds left for Philly. That's what you don't want, is the clock going down on a kick return.
Sure don't. And he gets a yard out of it net, Ugh.
Yeah. Awful. Those 8 seconds are precious.
Oh, they sure are. Just massive.
22 seconds left. You got to think you're going directly to the long pass.
Yep. All 5 of these guys can go deep. Sanders included.
It's an every play bomb. No.
Going to Sanders, looking for the 6. Gets it, but only 9 yards. Is he out of bounds? No.
I don't know that it matters too much with 15 seconds left. 9 yards is worth it. Of course, you're hoping for more than 9, I guess.
6 guys. Yeah, you sure are. You're hoping to hit at least a 23-yarder.
I think it's just 22 seconds left. You've only got 2-3 plays. Even a completed long pass doesn't necessarily guarantee a field goal range. I'd be throwing long on all of those plays.
He's not good deep. Well, he's decent. 2 through 5 from 37. Short pass, Jackson, double team.
A short pass. That'll
do it.
That will do it.
Any flags? No flags. Midfield. That's okay. Dallas advances to the Super Bowl. Congratulations.
Wow.
Now, I'm going to have to run off here and make a pick. So if you would not mind manning this post game.
I don't mind at all. Do you mind dropping a note to those guys to say, come on out over here when they're ready, I guess? Oh, Coach, you'll have to let them in, though. You'll have to let them in.
Yep. Just I'll be listening along. Just
Fair enough.
Actually, you're going to get the shared screen here of this. Yes, Dennis, with time. What time my cutoff is here? The cutoff time is 9:30 Pacific, meaning 6:30, meaning like 1 minute from now. Damn it!
Are you late?
I'm gonna be late. I might miss a pick here, but that's the way it goes. It's worth it for this league. No. Hey, Bruce.
Hello.
And we'll take you from here. Are you there? Tim.
Hi there, Bruce.
Hey, guys.
Bruce, tough loss in that game, huh?
Oh, yeah, that was fortunate and unfortunate.
A lot of untimely penalties in that one.
Yeah, and a missed extra point came back to haunt me. But
that was crazy.
Might have made a difference at the end. Who knows?
Sure.
But recovering a fumble in the end zone was also a pretty good break.
Were you? How did you feel about your? We noticed that you were getting behind on the carries for Miles Sanders with a lot of time left in the game. What about the first half made you? Was it a kind of a predestined idea, or was it the game flow that made you run him a lot in the first half based on the number of carries he's going to be allowed?
I just thought that I could run against him. I just, especially up the middle, his linebacker isn't so great unless he plugs the hole with Jalen Smith there. So I thought I could grind the ball pretty good. So I wasn't worried about it, and I got Howard as a pretty decent backup. So that's why I kind of stopped running Sanders later in the game, and then just had Howard in there most of the time. And he's got a decent card and a B YAC rating, so I have no big deal having him in. But anyway, what I thought was funny was I kept getting defenders, but rolling that 4 die and couldn't beat his 4 defenders. And then the one time that I did beat him with a 6, Wentz fumbles the ball.
Yeah, that's a tough fumble there at midfield.
Yeah.
You also, I noticed, had a couple of rough downs go against you early in the game, but they got a couple of fourth downs late.
Yeah, that's what I said to Harlan. My best play was roughing against him. That seemed to set me up a few times in the red zone with those roughing calls. Great game, Harlan.
End of the game.
Yeah, thanks. You too.
Yeah, hi, Harlan. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks.
Nice win, Harlan.
Thanks. Did we set a record for like combined penalties by two teams in the game?
Right?
I don't know. Ours was 27 penalties in the AFC Championship.
Yeah, 25 penalties for 215 yards.
Yeah, we lost count somewhere around 213. Okay, 250. Yeah, okay, there you go.
That makes a combined 52 penalties on Championship Sunday.
So Bruce, you're battling all game, right? And you finally get that chance with the ball to take the lead in the fourth quarter. You don't think you had that chance for most of the game, right? You basically battled to get that chance. Every time you got within one score, Harlan answered. But then the field goal comes, you're down 6, you have the ball. You get to that fourth down, pivotal play in the game. Tell us about what you were thinking there.
Yeah, I had passed for a touchdown before in close there, and I didn't know what to call. I really didn't. It was just like I guessed. Do I waste Sanders and to use up his last run for the touchdown? Because then he goes into overuse. So, yeah, I figured I had to go for it, though. There was no doubt about that. I wasn't going to kick a field goal. I'm no Green Bay coach. Come on.
Right on.
But Harlan made some good calls down close there, and he deserved the win.
Yeah, I mean, you pulled the string to Ertz for your first touchdown.
Yep.
It's in. And then Harlan, I'm guessing Harlan was sensing that was coming again. Obviously, Harlan, you nailed it.
Well, I mean, I wasn't 100% confident in that call because I know he could easily run for 3 yards if I guessed wrong. So it was really a coin flip. I just thought, he'd hit Ertz with a couple of big passes earlier in that drive. So I thought maybe he would think he had the momentum going to Ertz. So I just rolled the dice and double teamed him, and it worked out. But, you can still score even if you're double teamed. So you never know if it's going to work out for sure.
Yeah, with him, he does have the double team rolls, although I've never hit them. In 3 years that he's had those double teams once, I have never hit a single one on a receiver card. So,
but then when Prescott coughs up the fumble and you recovered it in the end zone to tie the game, and then you miss the extra point, I'm like, this game is crazy. But then I kept remembering all the times I've been watching Anthony's broadcast. Dallas only needs to get to the 45-yard line to be in field goal range here.
I know.
Okay, well, I'm just going to, I'm not going to just go into a shell. I think I tried to go deep once maybe there, but
you did.
I had fourth and 2, and I go, okay, but just listening to Anthony in my head. I know it's 50-50. It's a 51-yarder, and then he made it. So
you were getting your guys back in overtime. I mean, you would have had a really nice advantage there with Elliott and Frederick coming back in OT. We figured from your perspective, run it down best you can, miss it, and go to OT and get Elliott back versus Sanders, who's going to be out of carries, right?
Yeah. But Bruce did a good job mixing up his call. He didn't just call pass. He got me in a couple end runs where I lost a bunch of yards. So, I mean, he's a really tough opponent because he mixes things up, and you just can't assume what he's going to call.
You clearly weren't trusting Tony Pollard down the stretch, it seems. You hit those -4s on the right calls early, Harlan, and it seemed like you were trying to stay away from him.
Right.
Is that right?
A little bit, but I mean, he was calling run enough that I thought, well, I mean, I got to go to the pass, and I got to go long every once in a while, so he doesn't bring that guy up and put 4 guys in the short pass zone. Because with these guys, well, we were both kind of similarly weak if we got 3 guys in the short pass zone or defenses. So.
Yeah.
But it didn't seem like you were hitting a lot of good numbers other than that one long gain on my 3s. Seemed like when I was calling the wrong plays early, you still weren't getting very good gains.
No, it was. I got a number of times I was off wrong, and I hit I think Wentz card wrong, and that 4 on your card a couple times with 3 men in zone. Yeah, that was a little bit frustrating, but
I can't sit there. I can't sit there and call a pass all day against your team because you could just start breaking out the big run. So I maybe run more than I should have, but it looks stupid when you call a good pass play and I'm calling the run, but I don't want to sit there and get just burnt play after play with Howard and Sanders is running ragged against me.
Yeah. So. But it's too bad about the penalties there. That did play a huge part with that many penalties going on, like both ways.
Yeah, that interception I threw early and you got called back because you had a penalty. That was, I mean, you wouldn't have had a very good field position there, but still, I think I ended up scoring on that.
You did score, yeah.
Yeah. So
you were hitting a number of 4s, Bruce, on the Dallas defensive backfield.
Yes.
Which made them look like superstars.
Yes. And a 4 off long pass is good off his cards. A 4 off mine is good, short or long. So that's the one spot it didn't work out.
Well, I mean the 7 on the short pass defensive card, where it was a 4 and his defenders were 4.
I know.
So, yeah. Okay.
I think I had 4 of those. But like I was saying, Harlan, to these guys when I first signed on, I think I missed 4 defenders with 4s, and then I finally hit with a 6, and Wentz fumbled on that play.
That's when you know it's not your day.
I know, but that's fitting. Like I said in the chat, that's fitting for next year because I'm gonna have to put up with Wentz fumbling on a regular basis next year. So that was fitting to lose it that way.
Well, Zeke is going to fumble a lot more next year too than he did this year.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, once Wentz fumbled, I think I was kind of buggered because I know, like, you hardly had to get any yards. You had timeouts. I wasn't sure how many timeouts I should call at that point. Like, I don't know, maybe I should have used a couple more.
I was asking about that. It was I was on the border though. I see where you were. I kind of think.
Yeah, I used one, and then as it turned out, I threw the pick at the end, so I had no chance. But good call with Deshaun Watson at the end too. I was really debating on, like, he's my big play guy, right? So I thought he must know I'm going to him.
Oh, Deshaun Jackson,
he's gonna, but he won't think of it because he'll think I'm thinking of it. So
I know, you always go back.
Eh?
The beauty.
I didn't want to get beat by Sanders on deep passes, and I didn't want to get beat by Deshaun Jackson. But I think Jackson did have a couple good receptions. But I thought those are the guys that you usually beat people with. They're Sanders and Jackson. And Goddard has a lot of catches for you.
Yeah, I purposely stayed away from Sanders because I know you'd seen me play in those other games, and I was weighing heavily on him. So I stayed away from Sanders, and I used Ertz a lot. Like, I think he had 12 catches or something. So I figured let's leave Sanders in the bullpen and let him run the ball.
Ertz had 12 catches for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Yeah, he had my long gain, but he's only can go 30 yards because it was a 67-yard long gain, which would have. I think I scored anyway, so it didn't really matter. But yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple. I had one long gain. It was at the Cooper, but it was like a dump off pass or something that in the third quarter. That was a big play.
Yeah, well, you had a dump off long gain, and then I think you had a yak yards with Elliott, wasn't it?
Might have been
a yak yard long gain too.
No, it was a fun game.
But you beat me clean on a few plays too, going long. Like, I think Gallup had a long gain, but I was totally out to lunch. I think I blitzed 2 guys, called run, and you threw long. I was like, oops.
Yeah, I went to Gallup a little more today than I had in the other 2 playoff games because I thought, well, why am I not throwing to him?
I love his card. He's got a great card.
That short pass card is lethal. I saw that, and I was like, wow.
Even
the Cobb actually has a pretty good card too.
Yeah.
And Cooper, they all have good cards. So
yeah.
Witten's the guy you can sneak in a deep pass every once in a while and figure that they're double teaming one of the other guys. He's gonna, and he did catch a deep pass for a touchdown. I think it was the first play of the game or first drive of the game.
First drive of the game.
Yeah, it was like a 29-yard catch or something like that. But
yeah, you took the lead there, and I was chasing the whole game, trying to stay with you, and you just scored. It seemed to be almost every possession. Not quite, but it seemed that way.
I think the game only had like 3 punts, something like that.
Yeah, I punted 3 times and Bruce punted once.
Yeah, I was gambling. I was a gambling guy, though.
Yeah, you went for at least you didn't get every 4th down like you did the last time we played.
No, but I missed a couple early, and that kind of set the tone.
Yeah, it did. Put you behind the 8 ball.
It did. I wasn't probably very smart gambling in my own zone there, but anyway.
You were around midfield, though, weren't you? I mean, it was just short of midfield, but.
And you're staring at an offense that's been lethal and effective and against you, and I get it. I know I was saying at the time, it's a tough call, but I get it.
Yeah, he was scoring almost every time, so I figured I got to take advantage every time I got the ball and maybe keep the ball. I think possession-wise I was okay, but
you dominated the time of possession.
Yeah, because I was running the ball so much, so I had the ball a little bit longer. It was 4 of 7 on 4th downs. So,
but you didn't really get any huge gains on your running plays, which helped me out. I mean, I think
120-yarder. I had 120-yarder with Jordan that was called back on a penalty, typical. But just a lot of 5 and 6 yarders, maybe 2 short gains. So,
I mean, from my standpoint, you average 4.3 yards a carry, which isn't a disaster. I mean,
no,
it's not getting up there to 5 and 6 yards a carry when you're running it 30-something times.
no.
So,
But that was a really
my
fun
running
I
game didn't
enjoyed
really
that
do
game.
too much. Although I guess Zeke only carried it 16 times. So I guess he did actually have a pretty good day considering he didn't carry it that much.
Yeah, what did he have for yards?
Get 95 yards on 16 carries.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But Prescott had 7 yards and Pollard had -7 yards.
Yeah, I got to ask you, Harlan, had I made the extra point and been up by 1 point there, what would that have changed after you got the ball from Wentz's fumble?
Oh, you mean as far as
you would have been down by 1 versus tie game,
and you get the ball at midfield on that.
And you got the ball at midfield. Would you be throwing more?
well, let's see now. How much time was left in the game when that happened? It was under 2 minutes, wasn't it?
A minute 40.
So I just needed a field goal anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it really changed how I think I did call one pass play in there. It just didn't work out. So I can't say for sure. I mean, what if I'd have done anything differently?
No, just curious because
Certainly with a field goal kicker that doesn't have a real. I mean, obviously he's got great range, but even down low, he's not that great a field goal kicker. I
see what you're saying, because if I don't make it, I'd lose the game as opposed
Right.
to I had
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I probably would have had to try a little harder to get then I had to get like within the 22 or something for his chances to improve. I think so. I would have had a long way to go yet anyway, but. No, that was it's like such a big momentum shift when Prescott fumbles in the end zone and you recover, but then you miss the extra point. Then I think when I punted there, I had like a 4th and 2, like on my 45 or something. I was half thinking of going, but I thought this is going to really look bad if I don't get it. You're already in field. I'm going to just punt it, take my chances there. And then you had a couple like completed passes in a row before the fumble. It's like so.
Yeah, you took a while to call that play. I was kind of wondering what you were going to do, but
I was thinking about going for it, but I thought, man, that would really look dumb if I didn't make it.
Even Dennis would have punted there, I think.
I mean, if I would have been down by 10 points or something, it'd be a different story. But
yeah,
but
a tie game with that much time. Yeah, I would have punted. It was 3 minutes or something, I think, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. We had a pretty good flowing game, other than when we had the one technical difficulty. But
yeah,
fortunately, we were able to get out of that situation. It wasn't as bad as that Chiefs-Titans game the other night. That's what I'm always afraid of when there's that first freeze up. I'm like, where are we going from here?
Yeah.
Did that one ever get broadcast at the end or no? No.
No, because of how long the delay was and getting it started back up again. So,
and I never heard anything about the Giants-Lions game other than the Giants won apparently, but there was no summary or anything I ever saw. Or
either.
What?
I'll have to check on that.
Either it just sort of happened. I'm not sure what happened.
Well, I think part of that is because they came right up against the deadline to get it in. So I'll need to follow up with them on that. So. That one is who won that game again?
The Giants.
So we got Giants and
the Jets.
Yeah, Giants and Jets. That's right. All New York. That's right.
So we were guaranteed to have one team from the NFC East in the Super Bowl anyway, and then we got one in the Coach of the Year finals.
Bruce, it was a good long season for you. What was the key to your season overall? And I guess a better question is, what did you find in scrap to work for you that didn't happen in real life with the Eagles this year?
Miles Sanders. I think I worked him a lot. He was a big play guy and good flat pass, good long pass. I think that was the key. I worked him till he was bra. But and defensively, the run defense was decent with Philly. And it was like the classic bend not break. Because if you look at the points against, I think the Eagles were one of the top teams for giving up the fewest points. So I may have given up a lot of yards, but when it came down in close, I was able to have that 4 guys in the short pass zone without much worry. Didn't have to leave because long pass they're terrible. Long pass, no man, they're off. Even with a guy back, there's 2 numbers you can hit on. So once you get in the red zone, I think I did good in the red zone defensively.
Well, the first time we played this year, you went up on me like 27-0 in the first half.
Wow.
But you came back and made it close.
I think I scored a couple touchdowns.
Yeah.
And the second game I got 4-3 lead, and you had a chance to tie it at the end of regulation.
Yeah, I was down to the 13-yard line and missed it by 1 number. A 9 versus an 8.
Yeah. This game, I think I was up 21-7, but there was never any comfort in this game at all. Even after I made that field goal and you had, the ball with 45, you never know. You could run Sanders and get a 59-yard gain. So,
was this your first postseason meeting between you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of tough to play when you're in the same division like this. This is the only time we play would be in the finals, I guess, right?
You could have that in the wild card round too. I think
you could. I could. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 division. If the 3 and the 4, or the 4 and the 4 and the 5, 3 and the 6, 4 and the 5.
Yeah.
Tonight's game was a classic NFL game. Where it felt like it wasn't that close for a while. You're sort of hanging in, but then it tightens up at the end and becomes a coin flip. So don't want to go too far here without getting to the Super Bowl. Chiefs Cowboys did not play each other this year, correct?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I played the Cowboys. We've been running these 2 teams long enough. I'm sure we have. I just don't remember. It's probably been a while.
Yeah, whenever they played in the NFL, like 2 or 3 seasons ago, they play like every 4 years, right?
4 years. So we probably played once.
Yeah, we got to figure out our penalty situation, or we're going to get destroyed by the Chiefs.
Well, I don't know. I'll be giving up just as many penalties. I assure you.
Are roughing penalties a team factor as well? Like if a team had lots of roughing penalties, is that factored into Strat at all, or not particularly?
Good question.
Yeah, the numbers, I believe the number this, the number that ties to certain penalties. Yeah, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have my doubts. I sort of feel like there were 7 15-yard penalties in this game. There were like 6 or 7 in the AFC Championship game. And I feel like I've been seeing that all year in my games. And now that I'm watching some broadcasts, I feel like I'm seeing it in so many games that 15-yarder feels out of
rolling the X's, guys. You're rolling the X's too much. You avoid the X's, you don't have to worry about it.
It's not the number of penalties that surprises me. It's the number of 15-yard penalties that seems completely out of kilter with reality.
Well, we got a face mask penalty and a touchback.
Yeah, go figure. How does that happen?
I thought you guys said that can happen. I mean, you're blocking. You don't know that the guy's not going to run it out of there, right? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, it does. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's a really good matchup you guys have next week. It really should be a good one. You got a 4-3 for KC. But you run a lot of 3-4, don't you, Tim, from time to time? Or you run
4-3? It's always 4-3. Mostly it's 4-3 and nickel is what you're going to get.
Yep. So Dak might find some room in the flats, maybe, but
nickel.
Dallas has a lot of run pass. KC tries to force the run, and not bad run cards, but you're mostly doing it so you can try to set up the home for deep balls. The way you've been throwing deep balls, Harlan, and the way Tim does, it could be a big number, or it could be a lot of picks.
A lot of picks, right?
Yeah, I think you were at least 8 or 10 long passes that game. You were so aggressive. I was like, this feels like early season when I was playing Mahomes before the whole league kind of said, okay, no more of that.
Well, I think Dak doesn't throw that many picks, especially if you get by midfield and you're throwing deep. Okay, if there's an interception, it's going to be deep in his territory anyway. So it's like, I don't know. You got to make him keep a guy back there. Every team that you play. I mean, I think in other years I've been too conservative and not throwing enough deep balls. I don't know what the NFL percentage is for deep balls thrown as a percentage of total plays, though. That'd be interesting to know.
I would bet it immediately to what we're doing.
10% or so, 10, 15% each of plays. I don't know.
I'd say less than that, probably. But no.
Plays called? Do you think the plays called or long passes?
Yeah.
I mean, it's 10% high. I mean, I'm always looking for in the offensive tendencies. If somebody's over 10%, I'll pay attention to it. Usually it's under. Usually it's under 10. But I can say this much, Harlan: if Jason Garrett did what you did, he'd still be the coach of Dallas Cowboys right now.
Yeah, we've been kind of lucky in the playoffs, though. I mean, we've just had some big plays that went our way, like the Wentz fumble, the flat pass interception on a 2 or 12 against the Falcons that got returned for a touchdown, the strip sack fumble against the Saints when they were driving to get it pretty close. So it just seems like we've had more big plays that went our way than it went the other team's way. So hopefully that continues in the next game, but I don't know.
In this game coming up, I mean, both sets of cards are very good. There's not a clear, concise card favor. What's that?
You got a little feedback.
Yeah, your audio is a little choppy.
Sorry, just saying that. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
The both card sets are pretty strong for both these teams. There's not a clear, concise favorite in terms of cards. Prescott and Mahomes are close enough.
Right.
Dallas has the running edge. The defenses have their weaknesses, but nothing too big. It should actually be a really good battle. I don't think one team has to get a ton of breaks to win. It's just a question of which coach calls a better game, and that's the way you want it to be. You don't want the cards to dictate in the Super Bowl. You'd rather have the coaches dictate. And that's the exciting part, I think, of a Cowboys-Chiefs matchup.
Yeah, I haven't even studied the Chiefs cards. I have no idea what they have.
My entire exposure to the Dallas cards has been through this screen right here. So I'm with you, Harlan. I've got some. I definitely have some research to do on everything from your cards to your tendencies to what you're feeding your team pregame meal. I'm going to get some work done on that.
I just know the Chiefs used to be the Dallas Texans, so there still may be some bad blood there between Dallas and the Kansas City Chiefs franchise. Didn't they move out of Dallas sometime in the 60s?
Yeah, 68, I think.
Was it?
So you guys going to play Sunday afternoon? You got nothing to do Sunday afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Unless there's an important football game on, I'll have to check the TV schedule.
Yeah. Right now, I think, need a couple of days to enjoy this win,
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do
I don't want to play tomorrow and then lose to you, and that's my last memory of the season. I
don't mind stretching.
This was a hard fought win. I mean, it was a 50-50 game, I figured, going into it. So
and that was good that it came down to a 50-50 field goal, because
that's yeah. So maybe we tentatively think next Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, somewhere in there. I mean, we can touch base.
That sounds just fine. I'm with you 100% on that. I'd rather just enjoy. If it wasn't the Chiefs playing in the Super Bowl, I might feel differently. But no, I'm dedicating that day to Big Red.
So Bruce and I will have battles to look forward to again next year with our. You'll be a little different team makeup.
A good season, Bruce, and also really honestly a great job in this game. Anthony nailed it. You found yourself behind the 8 ball early, and I kept telling Anthony that you were just having to fight through adversity. Not that Harlan didn't have some bad breaks along the way too, particularly on the penalty front, but you seem to have some, especially early, some rough breaks, some fourth downs that you missed, and put you behind the 8 ball, and you did what you have to do. You scrap, you fight, you stick to the plan, you keep driving and waiting for the opportunity, and all of a sudden there's this sack fumble, and you're tied, and that doesn't happen. That opportunity doesn't work unless you've capitalized to get yourself to that moment, and you sure did. You fought through a lot of adversity to stay in the game long enough to have that opportunity. I was really impressed with that.
I don't even think it was a sack fumble. I think it was just a fumbled snap.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it a fumbled snap? Okay, I thought it was a sack fumble.
So.
Okay.
I don't show that either team had a sack.
Yeah, snap fumble on a 1 reading versus a 1.1 snap fumble. Literally a 1 in 1,000 opportunity.
But what were Carson's odds of fumbling on that play?
He's a 6. He's a 6 point something.
Yeah, it was a 3. It was a 3 reading.
He'll probably be a 60 next year.
So Prescott would not have fumbled that ball,
No,
for example.
no, that was a fun game. I had lots of fun playing that. So always a battle with you, Harlan. So good luck against the Super Bowl. Good luck, Tim. I'm not even sure who I'm cheering for, but as I say, I am a Dallas Cowboys fan, so kind of leaning towards Harlan's way.
I just assume nobody's cheering for me at this point. You know, when like Brady, the Patriots, when Brady won all those Super Bowls, first two, you're like excited. This new team, Brady, and when was the last time any of us rooted for Tom Brady? You know, certainly not tomorrow.
Well, the Chiefs have to be the favorite going into the Super Bowl. I don't know what a point spread would be, but you got to be the Chiefs had to be the favorite, I would say, because they came out of a lot tougher conference, probably card wise, than what the Cowboys did.
Yeah, but I got here without having to play Baltimore. I'll say it again, and that was just like real life last year. I didn't want any part of Baltimore, and in real life and in Strato, I got to avoid them thanks to Tennessee. So.
Well, all my money is on the proposition bet of the national anthem being longer than 2 minutes. So after that, I lose interest.
Well, I'm looking forward to our game.
All right, well, I'm heading out, guys.
Okay,
Yeah,
take
Me
care,
too.
everybody.
Should be fun.
Congratulations on the win.
Have a good
Harlan.
weekend,
Take
everybody.
care. All right, bye-bye.
Right now.